show you guys how to prep a silk sari for draping. So I'm going to show you guys how to pleat and iron a sari essentially. And this is going to be the first part of my sari draping tutorials. So keep watching. So first you want to start out by ironing out the entire sari. When ironing a sari, don't be afraid to put the heat up to cotton. I know you might be nervous that it might burn the sari, but if it's like a pure silk, kanjipuram or pattu sari, you don't have to be afraid of it. But if you are somebody who's really nervous, or if you are ironing a sari that is more delicate, like a georgette or like a net sari or something, you can throw something that's cotton on top, like a bed sheet, pillowcase, anything that's cotton, put it on the cotton setting, and then put that on top of the sari, and then iron on top of it, and it won't damage the sari. The steam will also soften up any sort of very starchy saris and make it easier to pleat. So that's also an advantage of using a steam iron as opposed to a regular iron. Now you want to grab your sari with the pallu, which is the headpiece, facing away from you. So like the good side of the headpiece facing away from you, and the inside of the headpiece facing towards you. And you want to start pleating on your left hand side. The border on the left hand side is always the one that ends up on top, so you want to start pleating on that side. So grab the sari and pleat. There's a way you can pleat a sari where it's, absolutely perfect from the get-go, or there's something that I call the cheating method, which I'm going to actually show you guys the cheating method. And once you're an expert, you can start pleating them perfect from the get-go. So there we go, I've pleated the sari. When pleating a sari, you always want to leave like a thumb width gap, and then you want to start the pleat. This way you avoid the inside of the pleats from bleeding over. Put your safety pin on the back of the pleat. Put it on horizontally like this, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. So once you're done the pallu pleats, you want to work on the bottom skirt pleats. I personally am not a huge fan of very clean pressed saris. I feel like a sari should be a lot more organic, a lot more flowy, but I know with some saris they're just so stiff that you can't make them stay unless they're ironed out to like super flat. And that's great for cotton saris or like tissue saris, really stiff starchy saris. But if you're wearing like a soft silk or just something like this where it's like a silk blend and it kind of has movement, let it do its thing. Just get the pleats right and let it do its thing. Don't go and iron the front part out. But I am going to show you guys how to iron the front part out today. So you want to take the opposite end of the sari, tuck it into the skirt. This is not a draping tutorial, guys. Kind of do a rough drape. So do a rough drape to get the measurement. I normally do this on myself, not on a mannequin. So the pleats don't have to be perfect at this point because we're just measuring. So roughly pleat it, figure out what length you want the pleats to fall at, and then just secure that to yourself. But I'm just gonna let it go. So you want to bring this across where you would pin it, and then find the spot where you're going to tuck it in, and then you want to start pleating again. It's very important that these pleats are all at the same level. However, if you are someone who is extremely petite and anytime you wear a sari, it just looks extremely bulky because all of these pleats are just bunched up and it just makes you look like you have this big bulge on the side of your hip, then what you can do is you can kind of separate them out, flare them out a little, so they're not all on top of each other, and secure them and press them like that, so it looks a lot more like a skirt, and you see each individual pleat separately. Now you want to secure these pleats again horizontally in the back. So there you go. That is pretty much half the work done. Now you take the sari off. So once you're done measuring out the skirt portion of your sari and the pallu headpiece portion of your sari, and you have like the pleat that we did on top on the pallu, let's start by pleating the rest of that. So here is my trick to easily pleating a sari without having to struggle and hold or getting someone to hold it. I actually just use an over-the-door hook. I've been using this like for years now. And you hook the sari. That's why I said do it horizontally. So you just take that pin and then you hook it here, and ta-da, you have someone to hold your sari for you. And now you're going to see how easy it is to get your pleats perfectly like this, because it holds it for you. You also have gravity helping you because the gravity is pulling the pleats down, so they weigh down and they sit neatly for you. So here we go. We're going to start with the top pleat, and always keep in mind as you're pleating, you see like this little area here, which is about as wide as my thumb, maybe a little less. Always make sure you don't get the pleat to go over. Just mind that little gap, and you will never end up with pleats that kind of, you know, peek through, because it's very annoying and not very pretty. So make sure that you always have that little gap. So when you're pleating, if you want to see a close up, always have that gap as you're bringing your pleats on top of each other, and your pleats will always look neat and perfect. There we go. Now I'm going to pleat my sari. So at this point, the cheating method that I was talking about, you can essentially create any sort of width that you want to have your border be, and then you can kind of fix it afterwards. So what you want to do is overlap, just catch every pleat. Seriously guys, when I invented like this over-the-door hook thing, or when I discovered it, I don't know if I necessarily invented it, when I discovered it, it was the best thing ever, because I used to have like my best friend always hold it, or my sister, or my mom, and then I moved in on my own, and I'm like, who's gonna hold my saris? And then I'm like, oh wait, I can use this hook, and that's how this happened. Just make sure that they're always at the exact same level here. And you can keep going for as long as you need your pallu to be. Take it off. measure it on yourself to see if it is where you want it to be, and yes it is. And what you can do now is sometimes when you're pleating it, you might notice that like the pleat that you started would be different from, you know, what you initially did, because we changed the size of it from our original pleat. This is what I call the cheat method. You take the balu, shake it out, and it's just going to do whatever the rest of the saree is doing. Okay, now that we've done the balu, we take the skirt bit, and again, the exact same thing that we did. We take it and we hook it up to the door, and this bit is a lot easier because the skirt, like the body of the saree, a lot of times has a lot less, you know, thread or jari work, so it just works with you. It doesn't fight back. And now we iron them. That's essentially it. That's how you pleat the balu and the skirt portion of the saree. Now there are other parts that can be pleated as well, pleated and pressed as well, such as the front bit right here, but I don't really do that with the iron box. You can if you want and kind of, you know, flare it out, because again, I do prefer like the more organic look of a saree as opposed to like this, you know, pancake flat, very structured look. So I like to, if it's a soft saree, I don't even press it. I literally just fan it out and then I secure it with pins and I leave it. But again, if it's a puffy saree, I go in with a hair straightener. So just use your hair straightener and then just, you know, do each and every pleat so it still has a little bit of movement. It doesn't look too pressed down. You look natural and it looks great. But if you want, you can, of course, you know, fan out each pleat and then pin them individually and iron them out prior to draping. But there we go. That is how you prep a saree.